Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pants last from the kickoff to the final whistle blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert.
World of sports, eh?
Just a bunch of mates sharing play.
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
Wasted world of sports, ahoy! How's everybody doing? Welcome along. With some more. Oh, I've got two microphones on. Hang on, let me sort that out. We need that other one to go away. Yes, welcome along, everybody, for Sunday afternoon's little preview of what could be coming up in the future of International Rugby League. It is, of course, the Prime Minister's 13s as PNG take on Australia, and we just saw the women's game, and the women absolutely flogged. Am I allowed to say flogged to the tits off? Probably not in 2024. Anyway, they are not, because I say that about the blokes. It's definitely not a sexist remark at all, intentionally from myself. I talk about the guys getting the tits flogged off them all the time, and I just realised right before I said it, probably can't say that about the ladies in 2024. But anyway, I'm moving right along. Flurry, ahoy there. Welcome along. Why do I wave to people? You know what? I've been thinking about this, and I don't understand why I do it. I guess it's so you... It's got to feel interactive, right? So I suppose I'm immersing you in the screen by waving, but I just realised that it'd be kind of freaky if anybody ever realistically waved back. Oh, you did wave back. See, I didn't see it, though, unless you told me. I am, of course, talking about some sort of... what's that horror movie where the ghost comes through the TV screen? I can just imagine all these ghosts leering through the television set, reaching their hands through so they can wave. All right, let's go ahead and go live on the TikTok, which is something that we've been doing as well just recently. I better update what the thing is over there as well. PNG versus Oz. NRL. And chats and interviews, we'll call it. We'll go live over there on the TikTok. As I said, that's a little something that we have been doing as well. Welcome along there, TikTok. Wasted Water Sports, of course, live on YouTube, TikTok, and normally Facebook. For some reason, I couldn't quite get the Facebook figured out today. So Facebook's just going to have to go without, I'm afraid. On this occasion, no Facey. But not to worry. All good, all good. Okay, so as I mentioned, we do have coming up today a little glimpse into the future. The PNG Prime Minister's 13 versus the Australian Prime Minister's 13. And I'll give you a look at the multi that I've got going on here for this one. If we quickly jump over to this other screen, and I can tell you that I've got a 5-leg same game multi on anytime try scorers. Now, Damien Cook is the captain for the Prime Minister's 13 here for Australia. But outside of that, what it is a bunch of just names that we will recognise from the NRL, but obviously not names that are first chosen necessarily at representative level. So that's basically what we've got going on here for this game. And just quickly to run through the Australian team for you, so in case you haven't seen it, we've got Fletcher Sharp at fullback for the Newcastle Knights. I've thrown him in to my same game multi as well. On the wings, you've got Xavier Savage and Cam Pereira, Ruben Garrick and Sean Russell in the centres. Lockie Galvin and Jamal Fogarty are the halves pairing, which is actually pretty solid. That'd be fantastic at club level, getting those two together. Mind you, I'm sure Lockie Galvin is excited to have Jerome Luai heading across. Oh no, that fly's made its way into my studio. That's just what I need. Sorry, I'm getting distracted very easily today. Flurry asks how good the Super League final was. It was, wasn't it? The Super League final was on this morning. I was supposed to be covering the action here for the Wasted World of Sports, but sleep won out. It was 3 o'clock in the morning here, the Super League final. And it was just a little bit too much for me. So, yeah, where was I up to? The halves pairing, Lockie Galvin and Jamal Fogarty. So, you know that the kicking's all sorted for Australia. Fogarty will do that just well. McIntyre, Damien Cook, as I mentioned earlier. Alex Seyfarth, starting prop. Beau Fermor, Dylan Lucas, Kobe Hetherington, and on the interchange bench, Jacob Little, Tallis Duncan, Ethan Bullymore, and Luke Brooks is the number 19. In the reserves, Tyron Wishart. Well, actually, that's probably voided my same-game multi. Unless Tyron Wishart comes on for some form of HIA substitution, that has probably gone and voided my same-game multi. Mind you, because this is a friendly, there are absolutely no rules, I suppose. Hang on, let me rephrase that. I don't want anybody to think it's just it's going to be this lawless Fallout post-apocalyptic type of world out there when they have this game. No, certainly not. There are rules, but what I mean is the interchange. I mean, they can roll Tyron Wishart on for any reason whatsoever. There's no sort of interchange limit, or those reserves won't necessarily have to be activated because of foul play like they do in the regular international season, is my understanding of how it's all going to go anyway. I would love to run through the PNG team, but I am quite sure that I would offend somebody somewhere along the line. It's going to be an interesting game to call. Over on TikTok, we've got a question. Who do I support? Mitchell Clark 7. Well, I'll be going for Australia in this game, I would say, although I would love to see PNG put up a fight. But let's be honest, like, this is not the top PNG team. It's not the top Australian team. They're all going out there for a little bit of fun, essentially. Yes, both sides will be trying to win, of course, naturally. It is still competition at the end of the day, and all the individual players will be out there trying to impress and make that step up to international level, or representative level. Yes, international in this case. So we'll see how they go. I can't imagine anything but an absolute shellacking here from the Aussies. We saw that it happened in the women's game as well. I think the women put 50 on PNG, 50-0 I think it was. And just, yeah, I hope that we don't see the exact same thing happen here in the men's game, which is about 10 minutes away from kickoff, incidentally. In the regular NRL, I go for the Sharks. In the regular NRL, Logan the Aussie, ahoy there. Wasted World of Sports, live on YouTube, TikTok, and normally Facebook. Not Facebook today, couldn't get it figured out in time. The game, of course, is free on Channel 9 for those who have access to Channel 9. I'm also running the game on our Discord server for those who may not have access to it. Flurry says the women's game was Yeah, I didn't watch it, to be honest. Does the game start at 3:05? Yes. 3:05 my time. 3:05 my time. Here in Queensland. Tedesco or Edwards? Oh, Edwards. Hands down. God bless James Tedesco. He has been a fantastic servant of the game. A superstar of the game. He's been there, done that. Everything available to him, I'm pretty sure he's done it. But it's still an Edwards time. Nathan says, do you think Savage will go overs today? Savage will go over. I've got him in my multi. My same game multi, which I put on very early this morning before the official teams got announced, which is always a silly thing to do. Well, not under normal circumstances, it's a silly thing to do. But as I said, this is a friendly over in PNG. The exhibition matches or the friendly matches, essentially there's no rules around interchange and whatnot. So I think Wishart, even though he has been dropped down to the reserves, will definitely get some game time. So, yes, I've got Damien Cook, Xavier Savage, Cam Pereira, Fletcher Sharp, and Tyron Wishart in a 5-leg multi. And I can tell you that for a $10 wager, that 5-leg multi is paying $790 return. And that has probably got to do with Tyron Wishart being moved to the reserves bench without me realising. UFC, ahoy, mate. You've been thinking about me. Who sang that song? There was a song, was a really big hit. One hit wonders, I believe. London Beat. That's the name of the group. London Beat. I've been thinking about you. Flurry is in the middle of binging The Walking Dead and needs a break. I can understand that. I was a big fan of The Walking Dead for seasons 1, 2, and 3, maybe. I was a big fan of The Walking Dead when it was 6 episodes a season, and then obviously the show got really, really popular, and the network ordered more seasons, more episodes, and when they went more episodes, the show, in my opinion, lost the core of what it was about, and there were a lot of filler episodes in some of those seasons, and it was just, you could tell it was just the writers padding things out because they had 24 bloody seasons 24 episodes a season to write suddenly. And there was a lot of filler that really, in my opinion, didn't achieve anything. But anyway, this is not a Walking Dead live stream, is it? So I will shut myself up and move along. I'm always getting up Michelle when, mind you, when I get up Michelle for bringing up random topics, it's usually when the game's on. She chooses to bring up random topics when a team's on the attack 10 meters out from the try line. She wants to talk about basketball. So, but yes, I do give myself an uppercut for that one. UFC. How have you been, mate? How's everything going? Stay hunky. Ahoy, mate. No, I don't believe Michelle's on Bantu. I think she just does not care about this game at all. The basketball has started, apparently. NBA season is, what do you call it, tipped off? You wouldn't call it kicked off, would you? Tipped off? NBA season, tipped off. I realise you weren't being serious, Stay Hunky, but I'm seriously answering. Just letting you know, letting you all know. Basketball season is underway. She said she was going to do some streams of the NBA, which she's more than happy to. I won't be. That's for certain. Teams are warming up. We talk about it all the time, right? A very rugby league loving nation, Papua New Guinea, and look at the stadium. There's a lot of people packed in there. Under the covers anyway, out in the sun, not so many, and I can't blame them for that. That's for sure. I did think that the stadium would be chockers. Mind you, we are still 5 minutes away from kickoff. There's Freddie Fittler. Freddie Fittler, one of the worst New South Wales State of Origin coaches of all time. And there he is, coaching this Australian Prime Minister's 13. He keeps getting coaching gigs. So this is over in Port Moresby. Stay hunky. I can tell you the name of the stadium exactly as well. Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. UFC says, how good are the Panthers to win next year's grand final at 5-1? Gots to buy me some of that love. You know what? I said on the Discord that I struggle to see it happening. And I'm on board with the Storm. But the more that I've been thinking about it and the more that I've been looking into it, the Panthers still have a red-hot team next year, right? They're losing Jerome Luai. They're bringing in Blaze Talungi. They're losing Fisher Harris. They're bringing in Papali'i. I think it's Papali'i who's coming in. They are still going to have a red-hot team. And I think it will be a Storm Panthers grand final again next year, unless the Melbourne Storm suffer the curse of meeting the Panthers in the grand final. And we all know what that curse is. That curse, of course, is you meet the Panthers and lose in a grand final, you drop off the face of the earth. Mookie, ahoy, mate. Same game, multi, is Duncan, Cook, Galvin, Garrick, and Wishart. Unfortunately for us, Mookie, Wishart, at the final minute, right before kickoff, was replaced, and he's on the reserves bench. Hopefully he gets some game time. Otherwise, we're cooked. Standing by for the countdown to kickoff. It's the Prime Minister's 13, UFC, so if the Prime Minister likes you, you get selected, which I actually don't believe, by the way. I do not believe for 1 second that the Prime Minister legitimately picked this squad. But it's all just fringe players they want to get a look at. Somebody somewhere wants to get a look at Damien Cook. So yeah, it's all the fringe players. Obviously, none of the Pacific Championship Kangaroos are available for this game. None of the international PNG players are available for this game. It is a straight-out friendly exhibition match, which is why I think that Wishart will indeed get some time on the field, despite being named in the number 19 jumper. Standby for... I love how there's a standby clock for the countdown to kickoff. And this game is also on Channel 9 for those in Australia. 9's Wide World of Sports. The game itself is very, very, very easily found should you happen to be in Australia. But I am also playing it on Discord for those interested. I don't know what the delay is here at the moment, but there is a delay in getting this match underway. Australia will be kicking off. I love this halves pairing. I'm really excited to see this halves pairing of Fogarty in the 7 and Galvin in the 6. We can talk more about the Panthers and the Tigers and that after the game or at halftime, I'm sure. But very excited to see how Galvin goes, especially outside somebody with the kicking game of Jamal Fogarty. He doesn't have that at the Tigers, right? Galvin, pretty much a loose cannon at the Tigers. Curious to see how he goes with this team. All right, there we go. The countdown timer is finally up. And a little bit of a delay. There seem to be some technical issues at the ground. Oh, no, actually, it's bang on time. And Australia get us underway. Fiji with first use of the ball from the back fence. Some big defense. Who said this was a friendly? My God. They got stuck into each other big time there from that first hit up. Stay hunky, says Fiji taking on New Zealand, Samoa in London on London tour, and what about Tonga? Tonga will be opening the Pacific Championships against Australia. And a solid first set of 6 here from the home side. Oh, and then they get a set restart. Why not a penalty for an illegal rake, if that's the case? No set restart. My apologies. Just play on. And it's the 5th and last now on halfway. And Mavoko puts the kick up. Well taken at the back there by Cam Pereira, who just surrenders as soon as the kick chases upon him. Solid start there from the PNG PM's 13. Very impressive first set of 6. They got it all the way back up over halfway. And especially on the back of what happened in the women's game. I know that the women's game and the men's is obviously unrelated in any capacity. The form of one has no bearing on the other. But yeah, 50 points to 0 it was. We'd like to see better than that. And that's a good set of 6 defensively from PNG, keeping Australia to only 12 metres gained. But now Wabo at the back has made a cock-up of the kick, letting it bounce. And they start this set suddenly on the back foot. 12 metres gained should have seen PNG in a much better position than this. But not to worry. The game is young. 2 minutes old, in fact. Only 2 minutes in. Both teams just finding their feet, getting their bearings. And back up over the halfway line they go. This is good field position for PNG, taking the game to Australia early. That's what they need to do, of course. 5th and last. Malvoko, again, a nice kick into the corner. Savage gets away from one. That will be dangerous for them. They will surely not have the pace to go with Xavier Savage. Monstrous defense again. Bloody hell. I called this game, honestly, I called this game a friendly at the top of the game. There is nothing friendly about this PNG defense. They are hitting hard and with a lot of intent. Keeping Australia pinned down 5th and last on their own 40-metre line. And now coming up with a spilt ball. I tell you what, PNG Prime Minister's 13, they are up for this game. It's very early days, 3.5 minutes gone. No score on the board. But they have come to play. They are showing us some great intensity here. Big hits. Australia can't find any yardage. Lifting Fletcher Sharp up and dumping him. Alu and Cott. From the scrum, Fiji attack that far edge. They are running right to left in this first half. Inside ball. And Bandy takes it to the 20-metre line. Another inside ball, playing it back through the middle. This is the Panthers playbook in the grand final. And Namo takes it to within 10. Oh, I am suddenly the biggest PNG fan in the world right now. You love to see it. Everyone loves a good underdog story, right? They're a metre short from the line. Crash ball. Namo again. Australia, hold on. Slow play the ball. Darting from dummy half and over the line. Tassie got it down. The cheeky little hooker, Judah Rimbu, scores under the post. And PNG lead this game 4-0. It will surely be 6. Judah Rimbu ducks under. They were half a metre out. And Rimbu ducks under the defence, does it all on his own, the hooker. The home crowd are excited. I honestly thought, and this is no disrespect whatsoever, it's a massive crowd. I did think it would be bigger. There's a lot of empty seats I'm noticing around. What a start for the home side, seriously. Oh, the score with the women, Jimmy. Jeez. Australia won that game 50 points to 0. Yeah, it was quite the one-sided affair, which makes this so exciting. The fact that PNG are on the board first. Because unfortunately, yeah, the women's game was an absolute shambles. As far as a contest, I mean. Obviously, it wasn't a shambles for the Aussie women. They were just clicked on into gear. What a start this is. Unexpected for sure that PNG would have the first try. And from right in front of the post, he's taken an eternity, but I guess he's got his process to go through. You see a lot of players, when it's right out in front like that, they just very quickly, they don't even take a full run-up. They just pop it over because it's such an easy kick. But what's his face there? What's his face? I apologize. Jamie Mavoko, the halfback, goes through his full routine. And over it goes, 6 points to 0. PNG in the lead. Milan Oveta says they were playing against grandmothers. I didn't see the game. I wasn't interested. But it was obviously... And the other thing, too, to consider, as that kickoff is nearly spilt, but well taken in the end by Movako. The other thing to consider as well is the Aussie women are just coming off their season, right? So their game fit and ready. So that's something to consider as well. They've just had a brutal NRLW season. They're all match fit. Raring to go. Up over halfway again, PNG. What a set of 6 this is. 5th and last, 40 metres out from the line. The kick is high and contestable. It's spilled forward by Sharp. Racing back to collect it is Fogarty, but that's surely a knock-on. And this will be PNG ball 15 metres out at most from the try line. They could have another here. Well, this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see a contest. We love a good underdog story here at the Wasted World of Sports. And this game, I mean, it's terrible for my same game multi, but who cares about that? Bring on a contest, I say. Contest over financial gain. That's what it's all about. Ethan Giles, ahoy mate, scrum down. 10 out from the line. They go right again. They've had success out there. And again, changing the direction back in to the middle. Straight out of the Penrith Panthers grand final playbook. This is impressive for PNG. A couple of meters short from the line now. Running across the face of the post. They've got numbers out to the left. They don't need it because Matthias has gone straight through. And they're in again. PNG have gone back to back. 10 points to 0. And that was a beautiful set-piece play. Again, it was Rimbu, the hooker, running across the face of the post this time. Last time, he did it on his own, ducked underneath the Australian defence. This time, he takes off to the left, runs across the face of the post, creates the overlap, and they didn't need the overlap. Matthias goes on his own. Beautiful work. Namo, they had a 3-on-2. And they did not need to use it. Beautiful try. Well worked. And Flurry in the YouTube chat saying this proves Fittler sucks, as if we needed any more proof. But, yeah. Wow. I mean, okay, it's an international friendly. It's an exhibition game. But still, you wouldn't... Mind you, like... I hope that we haven't been disrespectful to the PNG lads in the lead-up. A lot of these guys would be playing in the Queensland Cup, I'm assuming, for the Hunters, I think they're called, in the Queensland Cup. So if you've got some really, really talented Queensland Cup guys up against fringe NRL players, the difference in ability really isn't that great. I mean, they call up Queensland Cup guys as replacements in the NRL all the time. From the sideline, Mavoko's hooking it back around, and it's down the middle, and that's really G'd the crowd up. It's G'd me up. 12 points to 0, PNG. Oh... I'll tell you what, Flurry, the conspiracy theorist in me suggests that, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. The conspiracy theorist would say, maybe, just maybe, I think you know where I'm going with that one. Australia goes short with the kickoff, and it doesn't find the 10. Oh, this is call play on. It broke the plane of the 40-metre line. That's what they've called here. It was the wind that took it back. It broke the plane and got blown back. And that's why it's play on here for Australia. 30 metres out from the line. They get a set restart. Right in the middle of the field they are. 12.5 minutes gone. This is their opportunity to hit straight back. Burmore takes it inside the 20. 15 out from the line. Fogarty. Now out to McIntyre. Flat pass there from Galvin. Forward, I would dare say, but it's let to go. Play on. 5 metres out. Another set restart. Defensively is where PNG could have their issues. A second 6 again. Australia, a metre out. Fogarty. Onto Sharp now. Sharp. Onto Garrick. Garrick can't get on the outside. And he's brought down a couple of metres short on play 2. Lined up to the left. But they keep it in tight to the posts. McIntyre will play it. Cook runs from dummy half. Gives to Galvin, who takes it to the line. To Sharp. Onto Sean Russell. And Russell's well brought down. The PNG defence holding firm for now. A couple of tackles left. Last one now. Australia still 10 metres out. In front of the post, Fogarty goes on a run. Grubber kicks in behind the line and it sits up for Beau Fermor. And Beau Fermor with the first try for Australia. This is going to be a huge, huge scoreline. This game is available on Channel 9. Beautiful work there from Fogarty. Grubbering into the end goal, and it's Beau Fermor scoring the try. Not in my multi. Neutralizer, ahoy, mate. From my mother's side, I have PNG blood, just to let you know, Dan. Awesome. Waste to World of Sports, of course, live on YouTube and TikTok, normally Facebook as well. For some reason, could not figure out bloody Facebook today. It was not playing ball. Not to worry. It's a shame, really, because there's a lot of PNG faithful that follow us, the Waste of World of Sports, on Facebook. So it would have been great to cover the game for them there. Ruben Garrick with the kicking duties here for the Australian PM's 13. Puts it over from right beside the post, and it is 12 points to 6. Conversion successful. 12 points to 6. Going to be a high-scoring game, which is good. Good for my multi. If my multi is still active, I do want to see if they voided my multi. If they haven't voided the multi, which they haven't, it's still active. Yeah, that suggests to me that, Tyron Wishart will almost certainly see some game time. Honestly, 88, I am very pleasantly surprised here. I had Australia winning this one quite comfortably. And look, they still might. There's only 16 minutes gone. They still might. But I am mighty impressed by what the PNG team are throwing at the Aussies at the moment. Defensively, a little bit suspect. Australia hit back way too easily. But still, some well-worked tries, both of them. Oh, sorry. Who do I have in my multi? Okay, I'm with you. My apologies. In my same-game multi, I did actually load up on Australian try scorers. I've got Damien Cook, Xavier Savage, Cam Pereira, Fletcher Sharp, and Tyron Wishart. And Tyron Wishart got moved to the reserves at the last minute. He was supposed to be playing, Wishart. He was supposed to be playing in the starting squad, but he got dropped out. And Australia have got a penalty here. Let's have a look at this on the replay. It's a knock-on. My apologies. I just saw the referee with his arm stuck out and thought he was blowing a penalty. So for a $10 wager, those 5 legs, if successful, pays out $790. Which would be very nice. Scrum down, Australia. Break to the left. Cut out pass from Galvin is at the knees. Well, they're not even at the knees. It's at the ankles of Cam Pereira. And Cam Pereira cannot collect it. Loses the ball on play 1. Shocker of a pass there from Galvin. And if he does that next year for the Tigers, Lockie Galvin will be getting his ears chewed out by Jerome Luai. Can't be making mistakes like that. But PNG, they'll get the ball straight back. Scrum down 20 metres out from their own try line. 18 minutes gone in this one. Nice one-on-one tackle there from Fogarty. Holds the play up until support gets there. And some big support arrived. Sam McIntyre is a big dude. You don't notice. Some of these guys, you just don't notice how big they actually are until you see them in different scenarios, if you know what I mean. Sam McIntyre, definitely one of them. Up over halfway again now, go PNG. Last time, well, both occasions that they've got down Australia's end, they've walked away with points. A little show and go here from Horn. He's brought down on the 5th and last. Quick play the ball. Numbers down the short side, but they kick. And it's taken by Sharp at the back. Sharp runs away across field. Now straightens. Brings it outside the 20. Good kick return there from Fletcher Sharp. Stay Hunky asks if it's a high-scoring game or if PNG will choke later. I wouldn't necessarily call it choking. I completely understand the question you're asking me. But, yeah, I don't think it necessarily has to be a choke. It might just be more Australia get their act together and click into gear. But we'll see. There is a long time left. There's still 3/4 of this game left. Australia go from side to side. Flick pass now puts Savage in space. Savage slips, gets up and goes again. Inside the 10, loses the ball in contact. And PNG defend that well. The scrambling defence comes up with a try-saving effort on Xavier Savage. How many times have we seen that in NRL season 2024? Xavier Savage flying down the sideline, and it's shut the gate time. 20 minutes gone, and it's time for a drinks break. They read my mind. Cheers. Drinks break. I've been drinking since the thing started. Drinks break, of course. Very, very hot conditions that they're playing in over there. So we will have the quarter time drinks break. And of course, it being an exhibition game, they need plenty of time to rest and reload. All right, so Wasted Water Sports. For those who are new to the channel, we do this alternative commentary thing on YouTube, on Facebook normally, and on TikTok. Very new to TikTok, but it seems to be going all right. So ahoy there, all the new people on TikTok, all the regulars on YouTube. Nice to have your company as always. Just to let you know, of course, the NRL season is over, done and dusted. State the obvious, Penrith Panthers win again. But the action doesn't stop. We will be covering the Pacific Championships, all the Rugby League internationals. I'll be covering Samoa's tour to England. And of course, we do have the Rugby Union not end of season tours, but the Rugby Union internationals, the November tours, where the Southern Hemisphere sides head over to Europe. So plenty of action still coming here on the Wasted Water Sports, and I'm also going to be doing more of a daily, it won't be daily, so I probably shouldn't call it daily, but I'll be doing a bi-daily, semi-frequently kind of news doozy throughout the course of the week, just to keep you updated through the off-season until NRL 2025 comes back around again. That'll be back around before you know it, right? It's October already. The NRL preseason starts in February. We'll have games to cover once more. So that's all that's coming up here on the Wasted Water Sports. The NRL season may be over, but there's still plenty more action to come. Ready to get back going in this one. PNG, after the drinks break, tackle one, 20 metres out from their own try line. Dan, do the doggies play? Are the doggies? No doggies players, sorry. Okay. Stay Hunky says, Dan, no doggies players being selected? Question mark. I don't believe there are. Jeffrey Wang, ahoy there. Jeffrey says, go PNG. I don't believe there are any, no. Fifth and last here for PNG on halfway. Nice kick. Contestable. Pressure on Sharp, who's let it bounce. And this could go anywhere. Diving on it, though, Xavier Savage. Savage saves the day. Sharp is having a nightmare. Apart from that one good kick return that he had, he is having a nightmare of a game at the back. Power skid 1. Beau Fermor was the first try scorer for Australia off the back of a beautiful little grubber kick through from Jamal Fogarty. And this time it is a penalty. Australia, high contact there from the PNG defence. And Fogarty can bang this into touch. Well, he's kicking into the breeze, so not a lot of distance made on that one. Only about 5 metres. PNG playing with a huge breeze in this first half. That's another thing to consider. Patrick Tundi says, go PNG. It is Australia with the ball at the moment, though. Up towards halfway they go. Cook on 2. It might have been the try scorer Fermor there. No, it's... I've no idea who in God's name that is. Down the short side now. Cook runs. We haven't seen that for so long. Damien Cook in a green and gold jumper going on a dart from dummy half. Fifth and last now. Fogarty from 20 metres out puts the kick straight up down the middle. It's lost forward by PNG. It's lost forward by Sharp, whose nightmare continues. Fletcher Sharp. And we come back for PNG to play the ball. Fletcher looked good in a bad team. Yes, I'm starting to wonder if... well, I don't know what. I wouldn't even say the occasion would be getting to him as PNG come up with the mistake. Fogarty's involved in that tackle. Oh, Wishart's on. There we go. See, yeah, this is what I was talking about. There's no rules around the reserves. Tyron Wishart's on the field, which is good for the multi. Yeah, Fletcher Sharp was honestly one player that I was very, very keen to see. As Damien Cook goes on a run on his own. 15 out from the try line. Australia looking threatening. Wishart, he dummies and goes on his own. A lot of the players here trying to potentially win spots in the national squad. Fermor, he wants a double. 5 metres out on play 3. Cook with the crash ball. And Australia get over the try line, but they're held up. 17, that's Ethan Bullymore who's out there. 10 out from the line. Galvin takes it to the defensive line, pops it up for Lucas. Lucas is a metre short. Cook, grubber kicks in behind the line, and it's been lost forward by PNG. And then lost forward by Wishart. Oh, Tyron Wishart was there. Tyron Wishart was there. It would have been a tick off the multi and a big tick. There he is, the number 8, Tyron Wishart, and he spills it. That will sum up how the multi goes, I'm fairly certain. That just sums it up. The knock-on in goal, of course, means goal line restart. PNG smack it deep up over halfway. And Seyfarth brings it back for Australia to start this set. 40 metres out from the try line. Wishart inside to Bullymore. 12 points to 6 it remains. 25 minutes gone. Huge defence out on this left-hand edge. They stay down the short side. Fogarty, dummies. Not sold. And well defended there. PNG keeping them at bay for the time being. Fifth and last now in front of the posts. 5 metres out. Cook goes quickly to the left. Numbers here for Australia. Sharp dummies and cuts back in field on his own. He's cocked it up. Fletcher Sharp wanting to make amends for all his mistakes. Got the white line fever. There were numbers to burn out to the left for Australia. And cutting back in field and going on his own was the wrong option. He was trying to make up for his mistakes by scoring a try. But in the end, he's just added another mistake to his list. Poor Fletcher Sharp. Such a promising young talent. But he is really, really having a day to forget in his first real taste of international footy. PNG with the offload, keeping it alive. Not really making any meters, though they've slowed down noticeably on attack. Early kick inside the 20 on play 4, using that breeze. And Fletcher Sharp is back for it. Some very, very heavy legs here for PNG. Now Sharp offloads to Pereira. Can't Pereira into a little bit of open space on the kick return. They're starting to wear them down here. Australia going from edge to edge. And now Garrick tries to get on the outside. Nat Butcher is not playing, no. Straight up the middle goes Bullymore. Bullymore will play it. 6 more tackles. Oh, that was the 5th and last. And now Wishart runs across the face of the defence. Dummies. Sells it well. The gap opens up and Tyron Wishart dives over to score. And we get the first tick off our multi. Tyron Wishart, the first of 5 legs down. And it's about to be all locked up at 12 all. This has been a cracking game so far. Tyron Wishart gets our first leg of the multi done and dusted. One thing that I think is very noticeable, it could just be me, so I'm going to throw it out there to the chat rooms and see if anyone else is picking up on this as well, but obviously this game, there's Prime Minister's 13. This is all the fringe players, right? These are all players who have not been selected for international duties, but they're players to keep an eye on in the future. They're fringe players or players like Damien Cook who could, with a solid game, work their way back into the international team. So what I'm noticing is there's a lot of ball hogging at the moment. We saw Fletcher Sharp just before. Tyron Wishart right there. Tyron Wishart dummying and going on his own. We've seen Fogarty dummy and go on his own a lot. Oh, that's a shocker from Ruben Garrick. A dead set shocker of a kick that keeps PNG in the lead. So I'm just wondering if it is that mentality of I'm potentially playing for a spot down the line. I mean, I'm in the eyes of the scouts here. I'm playing for a spot potentially. If I come out and score 3 or 4 tries, I look really, really good. But the thing that they don't necessarily think about, people like me, is I look at the game and I go, oh, geez, okay, he scored that try, but he had 3 unmarked players outside him. Probably should have given it. Do you see what I'm saying? Chat room, understand where I'm going with that. PNG get us back underway. It's a big kick. Taken in the end goal. And Kobe Hetherington is met hard. Was it high? A thumbs up from PNG. Just letting him know. No, it's all good. Try scorers galore. So, well, 4 of them. 4 try scorers in this game so far. 2 for PNG. 2 for Australia. Beau Fermor and Tyron Wishart, the try scorers for Australia. And Jamie Mavoko and Robert Mathias, the try scorers for PNG. 12 points to 10. Just a Ruben Garrick missed conversion separates the 2 teams. And here's a mistake from Dylan Lucas. 40 metres out from the Australian line. Dylan Lucas tries to play it too quickly. And PNG can go back on the attack. Some very heavy legs, though, from the PNG team. They want half-time. They want halftime to come around very, very quickly. Oh, where did he spill the ball? I didn't even see it. I'm guessing there's no captain's challenge available in this game. No captain's challenges. Time off here for an injury. Flurry reckons that Ruben Garrick is the world's worst ball hog. Oh, there was somebody who was really, really bad. Terra, thank you very much for the follow over there on TikTok. Frank Timothy Lerman says, go PNG, show Aussie how good we are in the world of NRL. Well, I'm telling you what, Frank, this PNG Prime Minister's 13 is already impressed with 37% possession only, holding Australia at bay here and leading 12 points to 10. Ryan loves burnout and NRL. Thank you very much for the follow. As PNG with the scrum feed, 40 metres out from Australia's line. And one of the try scorers there, Matthias, almost gets away from the one-on-one tackle he's brought down around the ankles. 9 minutes to go to the halftime break. And PNG might just get the last say here. Potentially. Told to go back and play the ball on the mark. And they do just that. The inside ball is spilt and Sharp comes away with it for Australia. They've been using that inside ball a lot. And this time, a dropped ball in contact. Yes, Tyrone Wishart, one of the try scorers for Australia. Indeed. PNG come up with the mistake when they were about to go on the attack. That's unfortunate, that is. Oh, God. I need more chat settings. Kick on the fifth and last is high. PNG let it bounce. Australia get up and bat it backwards. Savage, I believe it is, in the shadows here that's got it wrangled down to ground. And that'll be a handover. PNG ball, they defended well. Fantastic work. Great for my multi as well, yes. Smitty needs Fogarty and Savage to score for Raiders fans. Well, I need Savage to score for my multi. Big defense here from Australia, forcing the mistake. PNG now back-to-back sets where they've come up with a spilt ball. And this will be good field position here for Australia. 7 minutes to go until the halftime break. And they're going to have it 40 metres out from the try line. I'm still not a fan of Freddie Fittler as a coach, though. I'm telling you. Oh, there was a shoulder to the face here from Tallis Duncan. Lucky to get away with that. And I tell you what, if there were a bunker, Tallis Duncan would be having a sit down. Clear shoulder contact to the head. Getting away with it, though, of course, no bunker. As down the short side from dummy half goes Brooks. Back in field to Jacob Little. And Jacob Little will score. Oh, Luke Brooks take a bow. Brooksy. A nightmare of a final series for Manly did Luke Brooks have. But he's created something out of nothing here. And for PNG, they just haven't been able to go the 40 minutes. 6 minutes left until the halftime break. There was some very heavy, tired legs there down the blind side, and Luke Brooks has just come on and found them all out. He had about 4 different players he could have passed that to. He decides to go to Jacob Little. And Luke Brooks take a bow. That was well spotted, well worked. And surely Ruben Garrick will put this one over. He made a complete mess of his last kick. Oh, and the ball is blown off the tee. So windy it is out there. The ball's been knocked off the kicking tee. Shakes his head and goes back to go through the motions again here, Garrick. And with 3.5 minutes to go until the break, or 4.5 actually. 4.5 minutes to go till the halftime break. The successful conversion from Ruben Garrick sees Australia lead this 16 points to 12. And PNG, some very, very tired players out there. The halftime break cannot come soon enough for them. Australia might get another. Let's be honest, Australia might get another one here before the break. Don't want to see it happen. I really don't. I'm enjoying the closeness of this game so far. As now the ball's blown off the tee again, this time from the kickoff. Very intense wind. A wind that Australia will get to utilise in the second half, and not that I expect a lot of kicking, but maybe some 40-20s from Fogarty in the second half. Stay Hunky reckons they'll get 2 more before half-time, as Brooks almost goes through. Oh, Luke Brooks has come on and injected new life into this contest. Lukey Brooks, and now straight up the middle. Go Australia again. Where's the support players? There's Wishart. Wishart stops, swivels, looks outside, looks inside, decides to run on his own. Luke Brooks has come onto the park. Now Garrick goes to ground 10 metres out from the try line. Michelle, ahoy there. 10 metres out, Garrick now to Savage, Fogarty in midfield. Half-time approaches. 5th and last now for Australia. Wishart will play it. Brooks has it. Grubbers into the end goal. Well collected at the back. I don't know who it is, but he's done well to pick that ball up. Is that Sakaius Motani? Sakaius Kamati. Beautiful work from Brooks to spot the little bit of space, but it was well taken equally for PNG. I'm enjoying the game very much, Matthew Steen. Thank you very much for asking. I honestly expected Australia to win quite comprehensively, so it's been a pleasant surprise that we're going into half-time. And PNG are still well and truly in this. 5th and last. They kick high. Savage takes it. Savage brings it back to halfway. And a little bit beyond there, Xavier Savage. 2 minutes to go till the break. And Australia looking to steal some more points. Quick play the ball. Away they go to the left. KO Weeks, quite a few Raiders out there now. You've got Weeks in this team, Savage, Fogarty. Brooks now onto McIntyre, who feeds it along to Fogarty. Fogarty grubbers into the end goal, and it's collected. Oh, and breaking away upfield is Dudley Detoy. Dudley Detoy makes the break upfield and then wins a penalty for PNG. 1 minute to go till the halftime break. The halfback for PNG, Jonathan, is Jamie Mavoko. Jamie Mavoko. Inside the last minute of this first half, and PNG go up over halfway. Oh, what a beautiful sight it would be if they scored a try right on the break. That would be magic. Can they do it? 40 metres out from the try line now. They go right. And then the pass back infield to Connors. Alex joining from beautiful Madang. To the left edge they go. PNG bobbling the ball. Managing to hold on though. And they're 20 metres out now. Fifth and last. And this will be the last play of the half as well. A little bit clueless. They finally get a kick away. It's going to sit up in the end goal. It's a beautiful kick. It just takes a bounce forward and over the dead ball line. It was looking good for a second there. But at half-time, it is 16 points to 12. The Australian Prime Minister's 13 with the 4-point lead. Probably should have been 6 because Ruben Garrick missed a really, really easy kick at goal. But after that performance in the women's game, which, as I said, are completely unrelated form-wise, but I did honestly expect maybe a little bit more of the same. 50 points to 0, Australia won in the women's game. 16 points to 12 at the half-time break for Australia over PNG, Prime Minister's 13 game. We've seen some really good play. When PNG got down there and were attacking inside Australia's 20, that's when they looked their most threatening. I mean, they had really beautiful shape. It was out of the Penrith Panthers grand final playbook. We saw in the grand final, the Panthers were turning a lot of ball back on the inside, targeting the Storm's forwards, wearing them out. And we saw that from PNG in that first half. Turning the ball back inside, running it into the forwards. And it paid off for them early on, leading 12 points to 0. But then Australia, as they sort of got into their groove, Luke Brooks was the standout, honestly. He was the standout, turning the game around. Luke Brooks, take a bow, honestly, so far. Half-time here. I'm going to have myself a quick break, just like everybody else will, and we'll be back for all the second half action after this here on the Wasted World of Sports. Thank you so much for being with us so far. Second half coming up after this. I still need Sharp, Calm Pereira, Savage and Cook for any time try scorer, but I'm more than happy to see that go by the wayside if it means another competitive half like that one. Be very interesting to see. Okay, be right back after this on the Wasted World of Sports, live on YouTube, TikTok, and normally Facebook, but not Facebook today. But still, normally. a lot more in favour of Australia. It's been a very good thing that it hasn't. I'm enjoying this contest as a contest for what we've seen so far. The big difference for me has been Lukey Brooks. What a performance he's had. Came onto the field and completely turned this game on its head. Let's see what we've got going on in the chat room. By the way, one thing I will say, for those who are here during the halftime break, I do want to shout out that Waste to Water Sports, as I said, we'll be doing some, not daily, but kind of regular, every couple of days maybe. I'll just be doing a 10 or 15 minutes here or there to bring you up to date on the news that's happening around the NRL during the off-season. And as part of that, I'll also be doing some Q&A. So if there is any topic that you would like me to discuss during those videos, a rumor that maybe you want squashed or confirmed, feel free to let me know, and we'll get that happening. But obviously, if you do it now, I'm not going to remember. I'm just letting you know so that when I do release these videos in the future, you will know what's happening. Flurry says, we have a Chihuahua that thinks he is a pit bull. Isn't that all Chihuahuas? Very aggressive little dogs, the Chihuahuas, and the crossbreeds of Chihuahuas. Christopher Cosmos says, go PNG. Theophilus Sogoromo says, if PNG doesn't lose by 13 plus, I consider it a win for PNG. But I think they can manage an upset. There you go. Very cool. I would say that if they keep it within 13 plus, it would be a very impressive effort as well. To be honest, Theo, I was going along the lines of maybe a 30 plus margin, but I'm very, very happy to be wrong. More than happy to be wrong. Marix Wamari. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm probably not. Marix Wamari. Watching right here in Yanguru. Go Kumals. It's also on Channel 9, by the way. It's on free-to-air TV, this one. Trevor Kapka says, thanks for this coverage. No power here in Simbu province. Oh, that's no good, is it? It's always a terrible thing when one loses power. I don't know if anybody else does this or if it's just me, but whenever we lose power, I have a light not switched on, obviously, because there's no power. But like I leave it switched on so that I know the instant that the power comes back on is when that light pops up. And I can't sleep. I pretty much just sit there in the corner and rock until that light comes on. Well, I use my phone, and then when my phone battery wears down, I either go sit in the car and charge it up. I've done that a few times, actually, during power outages. You pop down to the car to charge the phone. Kenneth Wong from Kavieng, New Island Province. Go Kumals. I'm butchering these names, aren't I, by the way? I do apologise that... Half-time here, of course, 16 points to 12. Try scorers for Australia have been one of the ones that I needed. Tyron Wishart. Beau Fermor scored the first one for Australia. And Jacob Little got the last one. For PNG, Jamie... no, not Jamie Mavoko. It was Judah Rimbu, the hooker. Judah Rimbu. and the centre, Robert Matthias, the try scorers. 3 tries to 2. Hey! Ah! How are we doing? Huh? How's your day going? What's happening? Who are you going for in this one, huh? The team with the most Bulldogs players? Bulldogs? There's no Bulldogs players in this match. You'll go for the underdog then. Yes, you'll go for the underdog. You'll go for PNG. All right, Alara's going for PNG so that she can support the only dog in the game, the underdog. Absolutely, Merricks. Don't you worry. I will be calling all the action in the second half. When the second half gets underway, we will be calling it play by play. No worries about that, mate. It's just in the halftime break. It will be an extended halftime break due to the heat, the intense heat in PNG. Very, very hot weather. Rough conditions for playing a game of footy. James, ahoy, mates. Fishing on TikTok asks who I should go for. Go for PNG. Let's all go for PNG. Let's all go for the underdog. Even if it means my multi, which still requires 4 Australian try scorers. Because we love a good underdog, James. We love a good underdog story. Support the dog. Yes, the other team is Australia. This is the Prime Minister's 13s taking on each other. Australia versus PNG. But that's all right. It's not the proper Australian team, right? It's the Australian Prime Minister's 13. Go the head shrinkers. He's talking about wrestling, Michelle. He's talking about wrestling. One of the greatest Samoan tag teams of all time, the Head Shrinkers. I believe they were 2-time WWF Tag Team Champions. Fatu and Samu. And Arthur, the Wild Samoan, I believe, was their manager. Now, the Australian Prime Minister's 13 as well, for those who didn't know, is coached by Brad Fittler. Anarika Labashane. Ahoy there. Welcome along, Anarika. Not any relation to Manus by any chance, are you? Oh, Flurry, I'm so excited in the off-season to bring some wrestling streams to the channel. I won't get into too much detail during the footy. I haven't decided yet whether we do it exclusively on Rumble, which is another channel that we tried to get started specifically for UFC and wrestling content, or if I try somehow to integrate it into Wasted Water Sports. We'll see. I mean, it is the off-season after all. Second half about to get underway. Australia leading 16 points to 12 at the break. PNG with the kickoff. They will be playing into the breeze in the second half. I think Fogarty, with his kicking game, can do some serious damage. I'm expecting at least a couple of 40-20s with Fogarty using this breeze. You can see how strong it is as it holds up from the restart. And Australia take play one 20 metres out from their own try line. Fogarty will kick early, will kick long, and use that breeze. Wishart did not start the game. James, no. He came on at the quarter-time drinks break, I'm pretty sure. And he's probably back off the field now. To be honest, I should imagine that they'll do exactly the same thing in terms of replacements. He might come on again at the 60-minute mark, drinks break. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen a lot of people yet in this second half. Fifth and last now for Australia. 40 out from PNG's line. Where's Fogarty? Fogarty standing down the short side. Puts the kick high. Breaking away from taking that ball is Wabo. Lockie Galvin, James. The starting halves were Galvin and Fogarty. Max. Alex Max. Does he wear a hat? Oh no, that wasn't Alex Max, it was Alex Mack. Alex Mack. But I couldn't resist. Fifth and last now. PNG, slow play the ball, scrappy play the ball, forced to go on a run, but it actually works out all right for them in the end because they steal an extra 15 metres or so. And it's brought back for Australia now. KO Weeks plays it 30 out from their own try line. But loving the advantage of this breeze in the second half. Short side they go. And a big run here from Savage up over halfway. He's driven backwards back to the 50-metre line. A dummy and almost opening up there for McIntyre. Well brought down. Quick play the ball. The numbers to burn out to the left here for Australia. Duncan back inside to Weeks. And KO Weeks will score beside the post. Oh, you get the feeling it's going to be a big second half here for Australia. And KO Weeks scores the try to extend the lead right after the break. This is what we feared. A blowout in the second half. Looks like it's in the making. 3 minutes gone. PNG at the moment just struggling with the fitness. Beautiful work, though, from Australia. Numbers to burn. And PNG just not covering up the holes. $20 points to 12. A kick to come. Should be a pretty simple one for Ruben Garrick. But I've said that before, haven't I? Bloody hell, I've said that before. I said that about one of his last kicks and he completely fluffed it. Here is Garrick. Should make no mistake of this one. From right beside the post, he puts it over. He did his best to miss it, the great big goof. But he ends up putting it over. And it is 22 points to 12. Australia could run away with this now. Well, it's all the fringe guys, James. All the fringe players. Fletcher Sharp, Xavier Savage, Ruben Garrick, Sean Russell. You would know Sean Russell. That'd be one of the half that you do know. Australia back in possession from the restart. Better defence this time from PNG. 10 points the difference. Certainly not game over, but PNG do need to shut down Australia's attack. Still some very heavy legs. And an early kick. Here we go. This is what I was waiting for. And so were PNG. Back there to collect it was Dudley Dotui. Takes it on the full. They were wise to the early kick from Fogarty. And he kept it a little too low and a little too flat. And it hit the chest of Dudley at the back. And PNG can launch something here. They're in good field position. Play 2, 40 metres out from Australia's line. Back into midfield. Running across the face of the defence is Horn. Inside ball now for Cott. Cott fights his way inside the 20. Stands in the tackle. It's the fifth and last. They stay down the short side. Kick into the end goal. No, it doesn't make it. It sits up at the back for Weeks. And KO Weeks brings it back to the 10-metre line here for Australia. Savage has hit hard. A double effort. Appealing for a penalty. Nothing coming. And Australia back in possession. Early kick this time from Brooksy. Brooksy finds space in behind the PNG defence. Looking for a 40-20, but it's well saved at the back by Wabo. But PNG, they're just going to get pinned down all day long. In this second half, Australia will use that breeze. You've got Brooks, you've got Fogarty, you've got Wishart when he comes onto the field. And they'll utilise that breeze. So it'll be a long way back for PNG now. The James says, amazing fact, Garrick is related to Wishart. Oh, well, there you go. Ruben Garrick and Tyron Wishart. What's the relation there, James? As Australia take the ball from the kick downfield on the fifth and last from PNG. And they've already started this set, 40 metres out. Now straight up the middle goes Weeks. Weeks has got no support with him. Doesn't need it. He skips on the outside and KO Weeks gets a double. Through marriage. There you go. KO Weeks scores in the corner. 2 tries for him. And Australia stretch their lead 26 points to 12. Brother-in-law, Garrick and Weeks. I mean, not Weeks. Weeks just scored the try. Oh, Nathan asks if Xavier Savage looks like going over. Unfortunately, because he's in my multi, I've got to say he doesn't. As a matter of fact, everybody but the players that I picked in my multi are looking pretty likely of scoring. I picked Damien Cook, Savage, Cam Pereira, Sharp, and Wishart. Well, we ended up getting Wishart. Tyron Wishart scored in the first half, but everybody else, none of those other 4 have even looked likely. KO Weeks comes on the field. Weeks has been on the field for about 5 minutes and he scored twice. Garrick Strikes this one nicely. Hangs it out to the right, though. It doesn't hook around enough. Oh, he's fired up. Is Ruben Garrick. He's not getting the kick in right today. It hits the upright and bounces away. And it remains 26 points to 12. And these missed conversions, just keeping PNG a little bit interested, you would hope. Oh, from the restart, Australia have let it bounce. And they end up collecting the ball. Risky business, though. Where did the defence go, Flurry? Indeed, great question. Where did the defence go that PNG showed in the first half? They just ran out of steam. Now Australia stretch it wide to the left. Numbers to burn and a little bit of space now on the outside. Calm Pereira puts the foot down. Throws the most forward pass you'll ever see in your life. Back in field to Alex Seyfarth. And Seyfarth thinks he scored under the post. But that was so forward. It had to be called. I mean, it was at least, and I'm not even joking, it was at least 10 metres forward, that pass. I am prone to exaggeration for those who have joined in on multiple streams and know me quite well. I am quite prone to a good old exaggeration, but I'm not even exaggerating. That was about 10 metres forward. 26 points to 12 it remains, though, and PNG have it from the scrum. Out to the left they go. Matthias. Brought down 40 metres out. Bandy in midfield. Pops it up for Cott. Not a lot of metres gained. Some heavy legs, as I've said. And Flurry, this is where the defence has come into play as well, or where it's gone. Is they've just completely run out of steam. They are completely out of puff. Unfortunately, PNG. Yes, James, I've heard that he's off to the Dragons. Or should I say the Dargans? The Dargans are the front runners to pick him up. Fifth and last, PNG go on a run, 40 metres out, trying to find some space. Now the kick through goes straight into touch. And a non-threatening play there in the end. Honestly, the decision would have made sense if they were holding on to young Blaze. Although Blaze Talangi obviously doesn't see himself as a fullback, I guess. Going to the Panthers to play 6. Maybe Para's getting Pappenhausen. Because Melbourne are going to have to make a decision. Baulongo or Pappenhausen? So they've got a big decision to make. Australia through. Alex Seyfarth. Thought he scored a try before Seyfarth. Down the short side goes Jacob Little. Now inside the 30 on play 4. Fifth and last now. Wishart's back on the field. Dummies the kick. Goes through the hands. Out it goes now for Calm Pereira. And Calm Pereira dives over. Plants the ball down in the corner, and Calm Pereira gets the second tick off our multi. Yes! 30 points to 12. And that is probably game over well and truly now. So we can only cheer on the multi from this point. Calm Pereira scores in the corner. And no, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. Nathan Xavier Savage does not at all look like scoring a try now. 54 and a half minutes gone. 30 points to 12. No cash outs offered on this game either, just because of the uncertainty around the players, I suppose. That'll be my guess anyway. Hazarding a guess there. Ruben Garrick hit the upright last time. A lot further out on this occasion. Strikes it well again. This time it hooks around too much and hits the other upright. His last conversion, he pushed it out to the right and it hooked back and collected the far upright. This time he overcompensates and it hooks back and hits the near upright. $30 points to 12 it remains. It could have been so much more if Ruben Garrick had the kicking boots on. PNG with the restart. It holds up in the breeze. Goes close to the sideline, but they've come down with it. PNG collect their own ball. Fantastic work there from the kickoff. And they can go on the attack here, PNG. 20 metres out from the try line. On play 3 now. Racing through this set. 15 out. Dummying inside and going outside through the hands now. Lost backwards by Mavoko. Dragged it back into his body. Play on, says the referee. Mavoko again. Inside ball. 5th and last now for PNG. 5 metres short. Options left and right. They were only ever going left. And meek and meaningless 5th and last play there. Benji Cott goes into contact. Oh, I think she means Mick Innes. That's just my guess. Innes the... Well, you got it. Innes the... 20. Oh, what did I miss? Yes, there was an alert. I missed something. Ah, Stephen Cass has subscribed. Thank you, Stephen. As Australia now through Wishart. Wishart's playing more of a forward role. And he spills the ball. Knock on. Wishart knocks the ball on. No, I've never heard that before either. And Mick Innes, when he played for my Sharkies, he rolled up a lot of people. So I've heard him called a lot of things over the years. Definitely not one of them, as Wishart comes up with the mistake. Scrum down for PNG. Attacking that left-hand side. Once again, they love going down that left-hand edge. Tackle 2 now, in front of the post, 20 out. Inside ball for Russell. Ah, sweet. Time to get some gummies. 6 again here for PNG. Beautiful. They've got numbers out to the left. And Matthias loses it. Oh, play 1 after a set restart. No. It was tackle 1. They had just got 6 again. And they've come up with the spilt ball 5 metres out from Australia's line. Oh dear. That is no good at all. Heartbreaker for PNG. Lockie Galvin got on all over that ball, made a nuisance of himself. Up over halfway now, Australia. Flat pass puts Dylan Lucas through a gap and Dylan Lucas will score. Well, that came out of nowhere. And Dylan Lucas scores the try. Once again, it's everybody but the players that I've got in my multi. Incredible. The number of tries, honestly, the number of tries that have been scored for Australia now, and to think I've only hit 2 try scorers is just absolutely unreal. 34 points to 12, the kick to come, and Lucas, Dylan Lucas, a forward, if I'm not mistaken, a second rower, has too much pace for the PNG fullback, and honestly, that has got to do with fitness, energy levels way down for PNG. I've been talking about it for at least the last 40 minutes. I've been saying some very, very heavy legs in that PNG defensive line. And they've just been unable to keep up, really. They haven't been able to stay with the pace. Once Australia got into the contest and warmed up, PNG just have struggled to go with them. Laurie Warambadi, thank you very much for the sub. Over there on YouTube. Conversion successful. And it's 36 points to 12. And outside of that opening... Oh, drinks break, yes! Drinks break. I need a drinks break as well. I've nearly finished this bottle of wine. I need a new one. I think McInnes is fantastic, yes. One of my favourites on whenever he's on Fox Sports. And that's honestly, that is not just because he played for the Sharks during their only premiership season. Just what Michelle said. I think out of all the other commentators that he associates with, not by choice, I'm sure, but out of all the other ones, yeah, he's got a lot of insight, and I can't speak about his biases or whatnot, because obviously I don't hear the commentary. I'm commentating myself. I don't hear the TV commentators all that often. So I can't really speak for all that, but I know what I do hear from him on the Fox Sports shows when he does analysis and things like that. It is always very valuable information. And we find ourselves in agreement in a lot of situations, interestingly enough. So it's quite funny. That, but mind you, then again, nobody's here for the analysis and critiques, are they? Gamer Mel, ahoy! How are you doing today? Back underway. 36 points to 12. Australia with the lead. 20 minutes to go. Well, bobbling the ball there was McIntyre. Oh, it's not even McIntyre, it's Bullymore. God damn it. Can these players have different hairstyles, please? Through the hands now out to the left to go Australia. With Galvin bumping off 1, bumping off 2, keeping it alive. Back in field to Brooks. Brooks now for Wishart. Wishart's up over halfway. And finally, they bring them to ground. Brooks back inside to Bullymore. Bullymore spills it. No, told to go back and play it on the mark. Dorothy, ahoy there, Dorothy. From, what's that? Camno, PNG. And this will be PNG scrum 40 metres out from their own try line. To the right they go. That's the first time I recall that happening. First time at all, they've always gone left. Changing it up a little bit as they approach the halfway line. And now, beyond. Good leg drive there from Jordan Pat. Let's not forget too, this is just the Prime Minister's 13 games. So this is not an indication of how PNG will go in the proper internationals. From dummy half. And linking up off the shoulder with Sylvester Namo. And again, a quick play the ball. Through the hands now. PNG go to the right-hand edge. Dummying is Roltinga. And he's brought to ground a couple of metres out from the try line. Fifth and last. PNG, they must have rolled out some reserves. Through the hands now. They've got a 2-on-1. They've got a 3-on-1. But the pass is dropped. They had a 3-on-1 overlap. The try has gone begging. Xavier Savage was not going to be able to put Big Dudley over the sideline, you would have to think. Disappointing for PNG. A chance there to get on the board in the second half. Catch you later, Gamer Mel. Thanks for dropping by. Always nice to see you. Australia now up towards halfway with Bullymore or McIntyre, whichever one it is with the goofy curly hair. Galvin runs it to the line, pops the pass back. 40 metres out. On the fifth and last, they stay on the blind side. Galvin again to Brooks. Brooks grab a kick through, wanting it to sit up for himself, Brooks. But Wabo has got it and surrenders. Half a metre out from his own try line. Under the pump. But doing extremely well in the end. Big defence now, Australia. 64 minutes gone. And it's pretty much one-way traffic at the moment. Outside the 20. Brooks with a nice one-on-one tackle. Yeah, I was actually, James, meant to do the Super League Grand Final this morning, but sleep got the better of me. Fifth and last, only 19 metres gained here for PNG. The kick into the breeze from inside the 40. It holds up and it starts to go backwards, and Savage runs forward and collects it. Australia will start this 40 out from their own try line. Good field position. And more points on offer from dummy half. It almost opens up for Garrick. Gets up, throws a loose pass back. Play on, says the referee. Well, he was surely held. But not to worry. Rules are out the window at the moment as Australia take it with Weeks. 30 metres out from the try line. Big hit there on McIntyre. Rocked him backwards. That was a monstrous tackle. Brooks looks to offload. Fifth and last in front of the post. 15 out. They go left for Galvin. Galvin fires the cutout pass across to Russell. Russell fires it out for Cam Pereira. It's gone forward, surely. And it is called as such. Handover. Sean Russell was trying to reach out and plant the ball down to score on his own. Beautiful pass from Galvin. And that one just pops out forward. PNG can start to go to work now, bringing it out from their own end. It is a long, long way upfield, though. KV55, ahoy mate. How's Cass lads doing? Horn and Namo. I think really, honestly, the only player for PNG Prime Minister's 13 that's really leapt out to me anyway. Judah Rimbu. He's played really well. The halfback, Jamie Mavoko. Big Dudley has had some moments. But I'll be perfectly honest, I am unfamiliar with a lot of these players for PNG Prime Minister's 13. As Australia let this kick bounce. PNG have it. Get the second kick away. And Weeks collects it at the back this time. 10 metres out from their own try line. Australia ball. 67 minutes gone. 36 points to 12. Running across field here is Garrick. Looking for somebody to link up with, and he's hit hard in defence. Roltinga knocks him backwards, and that's what you get. If you run across field like that, you just put a target on your own back. And Roltinga did not need a second invitation. A kick on tackle 4, utilising the breeze. It's going to be way too deep. It hits the post. Oh, the post has saved the day. It hits the post and bounces back, but Wabu was there. And Wabu gets away now and loses the ball on tackle 1. Galvin collects it. And Australia will go back on the attack. 0 tackle. And down the short side, with nobody in front of him, goes Beau Fermor. Taken into touch with a great try-saving tackle. Oh, get a number there, please. Who made that try-saving tackle? Beau Fermor looked up and thought Christmas had come early. He races away, but across. Oh, it's Judah Rimbu. I was just saying how impressive that man has been in particular for PNG today. And there is the captain putting in a try-saving effort on Beau Fermor. Taking him into touch when the try line was wide open. All the Christmases had come at once. And Beau Fermor was on the brink of a double. PNG now, down the short side. Nima taken high. That's got to be a penalty, surely. No, says the referee. Play on. Mavoko runs across field with Glare. Glare gets it out to Big Dudley. Dudley breaks through one. He's got support inside, but he kicks instead of passing, needing it to sit up. And it does sit up, and it's a try. Now that was beautiful. That was so good from PNG, attacking from their own end. I thought they'd messed it up. Dudley had an unmarked man inside. He just needed to give the pass, and they score under the post. No, he wanted to do the flamboyant way. He put the kick in over the top, and it sits up. And that was a beautiful try for PNG. From 40 metres out, their own end of the field. Straight through Ruben Garrick. Couldn't make the one-on-one. Look at this inside ball. And they score. Well, KO Weeks, in fairness, Weeks was turning and heading back. Probably would have made the tackle. Seeing the replay. And Finlay Glare scores the try. Oh, the conversion's missed. That is a dead set shocker. Pushed it past the far upright. And Big Dudley. Straight through Ruben Garrick. $36 points to 16. 9 minutes remaining. Australia to get us back underway. A couple more of those would be sweet. Australia with the restart, keeping it low and flat, taken on the full by Mavoko. And he offloads it to Bandy, who is driven backwards. And PNG, 20 points. Couldn't possibly happen, could it? Vincent Spears music, ahoy mate. Breaking away now is Rimbu. He's got support. Up over halfway. Benji Cott, driven backwards though, losing that ground. That's play 4 now for PNG. On the halfway line. Cut out pass across to the right. Again, finding some space. The flick pass goes over everybody and into touch. Australia ball on halfway. Trying something a little different though, PNG. It was way too high, that pass. That flick pass, way too high for the support runner on the outside. Straight up the middle. Australia, 40 out from the try line now. Brooks in at first receiver. Now, Cam Pereira waiting for it. Out on the left, it does not get that far. As Weeks goes to ground. 25 out from the line now. Galvin. Into Hetherington. 20 out. Down the short side. Weeks. Up for Cook. Cook's got nowhere to go. Fends off 1, 2. Still going. Damien Cook. Fends off a 3rd, but they come at him and bring him down. 3 more tries required for my multi. I don't think it's going to hit somehow, but here could be one for Australia. Cut out pass goes too early to Savage. They needed to do a draw and pass there. 10 out from the line on the 5th and last. Galvin, the grubber kick in, deflects and sits up for Sam McIntyre. It deflects off a PNG player and McIntyre grounds it. Wow. Sam McIntyre. Who had him as a try scorer? This is unreal. All the tries that have been scored, only 2 of the sons of bitches that I've picked in the multi score tries. It's like it's been a curse. A curse to be selected in my multi today. So many tries have been scored. To only have 2 hit is just absolutely unreal. They'll be disappointed with that, PNG, because they were there in position, ready to secure that ball, but it deflects off the shoulder. Couldn't take it cleanly in the end goal, and it just sat up perfectly in the air for Sam McIntyre at chest height for the big man. Conversion successful, and it's 40 points to 16. Can Australia crack the 50? Oh, it's everybody's second team, Zach. Basically, what's happened here is it's essentially an exhibition game. Every year at the end of the NRL season, whether or not the Prime Minister actually selects the team or not, I'm not convinced. As PNG goes short with the restart, and Australia collect the loose ball. Actually, Dudley's dived on it. Big Dudley's dived on it, and PNG have it back. So at the end of every NRL season, the Prime Minister's 13 gets selected, which is all just fringe players. Players that weren't selected for regular international duty. I do not believe for 1 second the Prime Minister actually legitimately selects the squad. And, yeah, they have a match an exhibition game. Wouldn't call it a friendly. I wouldn't even say the PMs are there. Stay hunky. I don't think they really picked the team. I very much doubt that they're even there at the game. Well, 100% Australia's PM isn't. Through the hands now, PNG, some numbers out to the left. They get a 2-on-1, fighting his way over the line, taking on Fletcher Sharp and scoring the try. It's awarded in the corner. I didn't see a number, so I don't know who it is just yet. Don't tell me it was Big Dudley again. I don't believe it was. Still waiting for them to tell me who it was. It's a try in the corner, though, for PNG to make it 42 points to 20. It's Alex Max. Alex Mack wears a hat. Alex Max scores tries in the corner. That was terrible. I'll work on that one. I'll take a note. Needs more work. 42 points to 20. Kick to come. The kick from bang on the sideline with 2.5 minutes remaining. It's on target, although the wind picks it up and pushes it away. 42 points to 20 it remains. And Australia are not going to get 50 points. They will not. Pacific Championships coming up. Oh, it starts this Friday. Australia versus Fiji. Not Fiji, sorry. Australia versus Tonga. Pacific Championships coming up. And then on Saturday, we've got Fiji versus PNG. The real stuff starts next weekend here on the Wasted World of Sports. Looking forward to that. 1.5 minutes remaining. Australia goes short and they spill the ball forward. Play on, says the referee. Backwards. Oh, my ass. Galvin now throws it to nobody, and a little bit of justice there as PNG now race away upfield. That was... Oh, and they've thrown it forward. Just call that knocked back as well, and let's play on. Australia with 0 tackle, 40 metres out from their own try line. That was a sloppy little period of play. Clearly knocked on by Australia. The referee said, bugger it, let's just play on. PNG end up making a break upfield from a loose pass. But then they throw a loose pass of their own. Australia back in possession. Taking it up inside the 30-metre line. 30 seconds remain in this game. They'll have the last attacking play. They will not get 50, but they can get very, very close. Through the hands, out to the right. Keeping it alive now. Weeks gets Sharp in a 2-on-1. Sharp beats the first defender. Sharp beats the second. Spills it over the line. And PNG come away with it with 5 seconds remaining. The knee crumbler, ahoy mate. The Warriors are about to come on and win 1,200-0 over both teams. As the referee blows full time, and the Australian Prime Minister's 13 has defeated the PNG Prime Minister's 13, 42 points to 20. It was a very promising looking start to the game. PNG raced out unexpectedly to a 12 points to 0 lead. Australia just took a little bit of time to get themselves into the game. But when they did, they made it look easy. PNG just didn't have the same level of fitness, I think, is what it ultimately came down to. The fitness levels were telling. some very heavy legs from PNG defensively, sort of after that first drinks break. Luke Brooks came onto the field and as a substitute and just run riot, Brooksy. So just some quality play, both sides of half-time. But ultimately, I think it was just the fitness levels. The skills were there for the most part, but fitness, I think, ultimately is what it came down to at the end of the day. The NRL boys were just a little bit more fit than the QRL boys, ultimately. 42 points to 20 it ends up being here on the Wasted World of Sports. That is all we really have today, because I don't know enough about these players involved to have too much to say after the fact. I can tell you this, though, on the Wasted World of Sports, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, we will be bringing you all the Pacific Championships action. And apparently it starts next week. So we'll be here live next week. Australia take on Tonga. And Fiji will play PNG in the first round of the Pacific Championships. New Zealand, of course, involved in that as well. Samoa will be touring England. So we've got that coming up. And we do, of course, also have the Rugby Union coming up, and I'm thinking of a way to, during the off-season, we're going to slice in some pro wrestling content as well, just for a little bit of fun. Whether or not that becomes a regular thing, who knows? We'll see how it goes. Also, we're going to be starting a every second day or so a news thing during the off-season, just to keep you updated on all the rumors and player transfers and all that sort of stuff. Get the rumor mill circling. And yes, and Michelle, I've said Michelle's more than welcome to commentate some NBA if she wants to. I have zero desire. I mean, if there was a number less than 0, that would be what I would rate my interest in covering an NBA game. But yeah, she's more than welcome to do that if anybody would be keen for NBA. So, yeah, there's plenty of stuff coming up during the NRL offseason is basically what I'm trying to get at here. And those news things, I'll be open to some Q&A and stuff like that as well moving forward. All right, I'm pretty much just rambling at this point in time. I thank you very much for your company in this one. Australia Prime Ministers 13, too good at the end of the day for PNG Prime Ministers 13, 42 points to 20. Thank you so much. And I will catch you guys next time. The first of those videos that I was talking about, the news videos, will maybe be tomorrow, potentially, if there's enough news floating around. Maybe I'll talk about the potential Clint Gutherson trade tomorrow. We'll see. All right, thank you so much. Catch you guys next time. Until then, cheers.